welcome everybody to the podcast Legend Killers. Here we go. We got Eddy Nigma. We got
Howdy, howdy.
Eddie Lynch. And this is the continuing series. Therefore, we are here for you guys. Hee hee ha ha. Hee hee ha ha. Hee hee ha ha. And,
Ho ho.
ho ho. Anyway, with all that being said, uh, Eddie Nigma, he called us to review the Superstar Shakeup. So before we get started, is there any buy or sells of the week, my man?
Man, I had him before the Superstar shakeup, but I guess I'll still use it. All right. Um,
Well, I mean, does it fit right now?
I guess it could.
Uh, um, well, if there's any that fits right now, like, as long as they're not like on different brands now, or.
Right. Let me see. No, I think we'll be good.
Okay, go ahead.
Buy or sell Sasha Banks moving to SmackDown Live, or Becky Lynch moving to Monday Night Raw.
Well, I mean, this is pretty obvious now. Um, buy on Sasha moving to SmackDown.
Really?
Yeah, I,
All
I,
right.
I just don't want Becky going to Raw. I mean, the show's made for her, and personally, I love watching. It gives me a reason to watch Tuesday nights moreover, and really, I watch Tuesday nights way more than I tune in for a Monday night, and I'll pay
Oh, same
money
here.
to watch Becky. All right. What about you?
Me, honestly, I would probably buy Becky Lynch going to Raw over
Really?
Sasha going to SmackDown. Yeah, only because I feel like if Sasha went to SmackDown, the sole focus would kind of be on her,
Hmm.
and I think the rest of the women's division would just kind of take a back seat.
Hmm. Well, I mean, unless you make her go heel.
Yeah, that would make it even more so,
Oh,
because Sasha could be an
that's
amazing
true.
heel. So,
But the
yeah.
thing is, you have other feuds going. Sasha isn't the only person.
And that's the
Unlike,
beauty with the SmackDown Live women's division is there's always
yeah,
multiple feuds going on at the same time. So
yeah.
I hope Raw takes a page out of that book now with the superstar shakeup.
All right. You kind of put it in a plural context. Are there any more?
That'll do for now. I have to think
Okay.
of some other ones because I had some, but that was before the shakeup, and after the shakeup, some of the drafts I've seen was like, okay, well, got to rethink this now.
Pointless now. All right. Fair enough. So, well, I mean, I guess I won't post this buy or sell on Twitter because it really wouldn't make sense. So, all right. Well, thank you for trying. Thank you for coming. All right, let's get to Raw. Let's talk about Raw.
Yeah,
So
let's talk about Raw. It wasn't a bad show.
it
I'd
really
prefer if
wasn't.
they just called this the draft and treated it as such.
Well,
Like,
there are rumors. Well, yeah, I agree, but there are rumors, and I'm not really sure if I believe these rumors, but that this isn't like the official draft, and that this was just kind of a way to clean up what they had initially had planned, I guess.
well, judging from the vibe I've got
And
from watching
okay,
some of SmackDown tonight, I think the shakeup's going to continue over the next week or two, to be
you
honest
think?
with you.
You think?
Yeah, that's just the vibe I got from like some of the things that were said. I'm just like, oh, okay. So what
Hmm.
we've seen this week isn't it, pretty
Oh,
much.
well, I
So those
mean,
those rumors you read could be true. There could be an official draft, or I'm just thinking.
yeah,
But
and
the
then
vibe I'm
there's
getting is like the next 1 or 2 weeks is pretty much going to be a draft. It's just going to be trades back and forth for 2 to 3
yeah,
weeks straight, and then we're good.
I I heard that the original draft is supposed to be or the next draft is gonna be at around SummerSlam time.
Okay.
Yeah, so who knows?
I mean,
Okay.
it would make sense to do one after SummerSlam or around that time, but from what I'm getting now, this is kind of the draft, and they're just going to trade back and forth over the next couple weeks. Because from what I saw from SmackDown tonight, they got more superstars than Raw got from them.
Figures.
Not to spoil too much, but
Hmm.
yeah, I was just like, whoa, wait, Raw didn't get that many.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, the vibe I'm getting is going to continue. Like the way some of the announcers said some things, I'm just like, oh, I see what they're doing here.
Okay. Don't spoil SmackDown for me, but
I won't. I won't say a single
is
draft.
is more Ronaldo on SmackDown tonight?
No, no.
Shit. Yeah,
There
hashtag fire
is
JBL. Under control right now.
there is a new
Please.
SmackDown announcer, but it's not Moro Ronaldo. Unfortunately, this new
Oh,
announcer came from a draft. So
oh, I saw the freaking I saw this, like, I was on the WWE YouTube page by accident, and of course, Backstage Fallout announced who was the next guy. So from what I saw, and then I'm seeing how they freaking took in a lot of SmackDown stars. Boy, it's almost like they're asking uh SmackDown to be the B show, and it makes me a little mad. But I'll take your word for it that it was a good draft, and for the most part that
not
they,
necessarily. Yeah, the first two picks that SmackDown got were actually really solid. Like really solid.
yeah, like I was
I'd
saying,
say a good 80% have been good picks. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Cool. SmackDown's still going to be a pretty solid show. And there's a few where you're like, really? But, you know,
okay,
for the most part, though, I think SmackDown Live is going to be okay. I honestly don't see it being the B show. From what I've seen, even with the new drafts, I still see it being the A show. I
okay,
really do.
sounds good, sounds good. All right, so let's get into Raw now. So the show starts out with Miz and Maurice dressed up as John Cena and Nikki Bella.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Um,
was sad to see them leave SmackDown, not going to lie.
yeah, but I think it makes sense because in storyline, like, why would
It
Daniel
does.
Bryan not want to get rid of the Miz? You know, and it's
Yeah.
yeah,
And then the thing is, with the IC title being back on Raw now, um, it's cool because Miz can still do his thing with that belt or whatever. I
yeah,
think he's deserved a push to go for the heavyweight championship, but that picture's a little stacked right now.
yeah,
So like I wanted him to stay on SmackDown, but it does make sense. So you know.
yeah. So yeah, and judging from what I saw, and this is kind of a spoiler slash prediction from me, but it was pretty obvious that both Charlotte and Kevin Owens were pretty much gone and are going to SmackDown. So you know, um,
Yeah, I mean, non-spoiler alert, but some of the very obvious picks going to SmackDown happened. I'll put it
yeah,
that way.
yeah. So I also thought about this, and I realized Enzo and Cass could be heading over to SmackDown and could reform with Carmella. And I don't want you to neither comment on this because I don't really want you to confirm nor deny this, but that's just kind of my thinking on the whole thing. So I
Well, I
hope.
can't really speak on it because I haven't finished SmackDown yet,
Oh,
but
okay.
I think those two should stay on Raw.
You think so?
Yes, I don't want them to reunite with Carmella. I want Carmella to keep doing her own thing. She's really building her character, you know,
Hmm.
and I think they should reunite, but not right now. I think they
Okay.
should do their own separate thing. Yeah,
Okay.
because right now I'm on the docks for Carmella. I haven't quite gotten on the boat, but I'm on the docks, you know, because I
Okay.
see faith in her. And like I've always said, just my biggest gripe with her is her in-ring skills. I thought she was brought up too early. However, she works on that. She's gonna be solid, but I think yeah, she needs to be away from Enzo and Cass right now. So I hope they don't come to SmackDown. I hope they
Okay.
don't.
I can respect that. I mean, I think in that regard you're absolutely right, but I think you know what, it would kind of make for an interesting little trio, but it is what it is. Let's get to the next segment. Oh wait, we didn't even finish this one. So Miz comes out and he does, a very bad comedy segment I did not enjoy this. You know, my friend was laughing a little bit over the phone, and I was just sitting here saying, this is so bad. It's like Dean Ambrose, like, don't get it. Like, sometimes he's on point with his comedy, he's on point with everything when he wants to be, but then I see stuff like this, and it's like, is the guy even trying sometimes? Like, it just,
Well, I've never been a big fan of Ambrose, anyways.
mm,
Um, I liked him better when he was part of the Shield. But when the Shield split and he did his own thing, I just wasn't buying it. I felt like he was trying too hard. I was getting the vibe he was like this era's Brian Pillman. I mean, the guy's good in the ring, but I don't know. I just don't buy his gimmick. I'm not a big fan of his style, so.
it's all
But I kind
good.
of saw him going to Raw anyways because, the whole reuniting the Shield thing. So that wasn't a big shocker to me.
Mm. Yeah, I feel like right now the guy doesn't try at all. I mean, honestly, when I see the guy, well, I mean, I'm not criticizing the guy in ring, but I'm talking in terms of character. The guy to
Right,
me,
right.
he just it feels like he doesn't try when he comes out. Like I get it, he's kind of the laid back dude about it, but then it's like, these promos that I know he could be so much better on, the comedy segments that I know he can do so much better on. It's like it feels like he doesn't try, and it's like I can't watch
Yeah,
this.
it's almost like he's giving a C-level performance.
Yeah,
But
it's like I don't know what he's holding back for, because it's like the guy could be doing A+ work right now, because the guy's in his prime. I'm
yeah.
Or maybe he's just waiting for some like big wave of momentum to ride off of, because I really can't understand it. So I guess this is I don't know. This is kind of my question to everybody. Is Ambrose uninspired? What do you guys think? Does he try too hard, or does he not try at all? Um,
Nah, that's a good question.
yeah. So, with that being said, there was what was the next segment?
Let me see. After that, it went into a tag team match, the Revival and the New
Oh yeah,
Day.
yeah. That was a pretty good match. I
A
really
good
enjoyed it.
match, dude. I
Yeah,
really enjoy seeing the Revival on Raw. I think they're a good thing for that tag division, man. Really good
yeah.
thing.
And then to see uh shoot to see the Revival come out with these shirts. They're like "Rest in Peace, Ice Cream
Rest in peace
Cart,"
to the ice
and
cream
then
cart.
we
Yeah.
broke Kofi's ankle. I thought it was really good. Those are good little touches that add like so much flavor to their characters, and I thought that is really cool. These guys are really taking their shot and going with it. Like I like that a lot about these two, that after they're being called up, they're not just sticking to the same thing. They're going shot after shot. They're doing little heelish things
Yeah.
that work for them. So yeah, kudos to them for that. And yeah,
And
I
I
thought
love the shatter machine they pulled off to get the win. That was a really cool
that was a
spot. Really
nasty
cool
one.
spot.
That was a
Yeah,
nasty
it
one. I
was,
thought,
dude.
yeah,
Xavier sold that well.
yeah, like he fell flat on his head. I even sent out a tweet like, I hope Xavier Woods is okay after that nasty shatter machine.
Dude,
Like,
no kidding. It was nasty,
yeah,
but
like
still good. Still good.
yeah, I can't believe they counter what they got that shatter machine off of what, an honor roll from Xavier,
No,
or what
I
was the
think
move? Was it like a top rope move?
they had interrupted a move and like they pushed Big E. I think Xavier was on the top rope, and then
Uh
they
huh.
pushed Big E towards him, which caused him to jump,
Oh, right. Yeah.
and then boom, they hit him with the shatter machine in midair.
Yeah, yeah. It was the midnight hour, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yep. Yep, it
Yeah.
was.
So they're little. Okay. So yeah, I thought it was a good finish. It was a perfect way to like take out the New Day, and yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Um, so with that being said, what was the next segment?
Next segment. Oh, Kurt Hawkins had came down,
Kurt Hawkins.
and he's
Yeah,
now on Raw. And it's
he's
just one
now
of
on
those jabs where I
Raw.
was like, oh, okay, whatever. You're gonna do the same thing you're doing on SmackDown.
Yeah,
Nothing.
and like only a
And
few
I'm
people
not
booed.
saying that to be a
It's
dick,
crazy.
but I think I told you in podcast past that like Kurt Hawkins, I just don't see him getting over right now. Like
Yeah,
it hasn't happened before, and I just don't think it will.
it's still a mystery
So
why these guys signed him. To be honest with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. He'll probably be on Raw the next 2 weeks, and then we'll see him once every blue moon. But I think he had a little thing with the Big Show and got knocked the hell out.
Oh,
And
yeah. I was trying to remember what happened after that. But
yeah,
yeah, Big Show, he pretty much came out, knocked him out, and yeah. So there's the there's those false rumors kicking in. Big Show is not retired. That's the only thing I took away from watching this whole thing. That and the
yeah. Now
fact
I
that
see his retirement coming soon. Maybe he may do another year. Because I mean, let's be honest, they don't really use Big Show the way they used to, you know?
yeah,
So, I mean, I think it'd be good for him to leave soon. He's done a lot for the business already, but it'll
yeah,
still be cool to see him around for another year or two at least.
yeah. And I think it was pretty cool to see just the Big Show leave or I think it would be pretty cool because then you got to rely on new stars now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Because, I think with Big Show leaving, it just opens up a few more doors for some of these other guys, you know.
yeah. All right. So what was the next segment?
We have some cruiserweight action.
Neville versus T.J. Perkins.
That was
No, Austin
Perkins
Aries
against
versus
Austin
T.J.
Aries.
Perkins. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I remember this being a pretty good match. What was really
It
noteworthy
was.
though was the end of the match when
The
T.J.
heel turn
Perkins.
with
Yeah,
Perkins.
yeah. He
Yeah.
Yeah, so he caught the distraction small package on Aries and then proceeded to attack him, gave him the detonation kick, and Aries heals out like a light. Neville had a smile on his face, and TJ Perkins receives a "You still suck" chant. So that's how it goes. And I think about TJ Perkins, and I heard it in another podcast, right? So sue me if I'm not being original here, but I think with TJ Perkins, you have quite a bit of money in him being like this crybaby heel that Christian was. So I think it's a good thing for TJ Perkins to turn heel.
Same here, man. He needs to get rid of that dabbing crap and
Oh,
then,
I
yeah,
can't
just kind of
stand that.
reinvent himself right now.
I really can't
However,
stand that.
I can't either, but I do love his entrance because I'm, a
Yeah.
hardcore, video game fan.
So then I'm
Keep the
curious what
entrance,
what
change the gimmick.
he might change a theme though. So
Yeah, well, change the theme. I'd love for him to keep it video game theme, but kind of change the music up, make it a little bit darker, entrance
yeah,
a little bit darker, and yeah, you're good.
probably will
But like
be.
TJ Perkins, he's, the first cruiserweight champion or first newer cruiserweight champion, so to see
Yeah.
him kind of getting buried these last few months was like, dude, are you serious?
Do
So
you
I'm
see
looking
him?
forward to this.
Do you see him being a long-term heel?
Yes, to be honest, yeah. I think right now it would work a lot better for him.
Okay. Yeah, because I
I
don't
think,
know what to think about it. Because like I think about it, and he might get lost in the shuffle as like the second heel or the third heel to Brian Kendrick or something. Because like here's the thing, WWE has a history of like turning certain guys heel and then like literally doing nothing with their heel turn. Look at the Vaudevilles,
right.
look at Dolph Ziggler, and it's like it still worries me a little bit if they don't have plans for a guy who they turn, whether it be heel or face. It concerns me. So,
I
um,
think if they went the route that you mentioned earlier, kind of like that crybaby heel, like Christian was, and if
yeah,
TJ can pull it off, I think it would work.
yeah,
I think he'd be a little bit more over than Brian Kendrick, because I mean, not gonna lie, Kendrick's reactions lately really haven't been that much. It's been
yeah.
almost to nothing,
Well, that's been
especially
the
with this
same with
feud with
a lot of
Tozawa.
cruiserweights. Yeah,
True,
yeah,
but I think this could be fresh, and I hope it helps out this division a lot. But that
yeah,
goes back to with me saying I don't think that division should be on Raw. If
yeah,
anything, it should have been on SmackDown, but me, it wouldn't have been on either. I would have made it its own entity on the network, let it build
yeah,
some steam, and then throw it on one of the brands.
yeah. All right. So with that being said, we got all that out the way. We had Miz, we had a Miz segment with Sami Zayn and Kurt Angle, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, that pretty much planted seeds for their match, which was basically a welcoming wagon for Miz and Maurice, which they
yeah.
later lost to Sami Zayn. Um,
Good. Any victory for Sammy right now, I am with because he deserves it. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So there was
and I mean,
that.
let's be honest, Miz is still hot right now. He really didn't need the win, so I'm glad that Sammy went over on that one.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, we also had Charlotte versus Nia Jax happen, and it was very clear by this match.
That Charlotte was
Charlotte
leaving.
is on her way out. Yeah. After I saw this, well, actually no. After I saw the women's segment, where spoiler alert, Alexa Bliss and Mickey debuted, I noticed Charlotte was not in the mix, so I figured, yeah, I pieced it
Yeah.
together. Charlotte is definitely on her way out. So yeah.
And like I said, it hurt for me to see, Alexa and Mickey go to Raw. Only because, like, I'm old school, and it change at first is tough for me, so,
Yeah.
but I'm very happy, especially for Alexa, seems like the company really has a lot of faith in her, and I'm glad she's
Yeah.
getting better and better every week. She killed it on the mic,
Yeah.
so,
Oh,
and the
dude, I
crowd
heard
was
this.
behind her.
I was going I was well, I wasn't going crazy, but I was seeing everybody else go crazy. It was like a Kevin Owens promo to when he
No, it
debuted.
was.
Yeah, it
And I
was.
love how she caught out the fact, like, this, crap fest between Bailey and Sasha that happens every week. I was like,
Yeah, and
thank
she was
you.
like, frankly,
You
it's
said
pretty
what I was
weird.
thinking,
Yeah.
Alexa. Yeah.
And it was funny because like I was looking at this whole thing. I'm like, well, damn. And and Bailey and Alexa again. She's like she cut this Kevin Owens esque promo, which
Yeah.
I'm sure Kevin Owens probably gave her pointers backstage or something. I don't know. I thought it was really really good, and I really can't wait to see her work a program with one of the women, maybe Bailey, most likely. I would
I
say
think her and
Sasha.
Sasha would be good. I think
I
her and
would
Sasha would be really good.
I would say Sasha, but I hear those two really don't like each other, and I don't know if those rumors are true. But when wrestlers generally don't like each other, they tend to have
They
bad
tend to put on the
matches.
best matches and have the
What?
best stories. I
I
mean,
disagree.
let's go.
I
Not, dude,
disagree.
really? Let's go
It
back to Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
Okay. Well, let's go back to Batista and Booker T.
Okay, well, okay, all right,
Ha!
well, okay.
Let's
I
call
guess
this.
there's some good ones, and I guess there's some bad ones.
Let's call this one a wash. Let's call this one a
We'll call it a
wash, my
wash.
man.
All right.
All right.
It could go either way. As a
Yes.
fan, though, I would like to see a feud
Yeah.
between the two.
I
But
th- I think yeah, that would be pretty cool. Um.
ladies, keep your shit together and remember us fans, okay?
Oh boy. All right. So that was a pretty fun little exchange. Um. So we had oh boy. So we had since we're pretty much already talking about it, we had Alexa Bliss debut, interrupt the Sasha
The
Sasha
Sasha
heel
Bailey
turn
crap.
tease. I'll call it a tease because that's basically what it was. She didn't turn heel, but she challenged Bailey for the title belts. Alexa came out, interrupted, came out to an ovation, and her promo
Huge,
again
yeah.
very Kevin Owens esque. Pretty much stomping on everybody and introducing herself as Alexa Bliss, and the crowd cheered for her, and she pretty much shut the crowd up too. She was like, I don't need
I
your
don't
approval.
need your approval.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing.
And
So
then went back to killing it.
yeah, Mickey comes out. Mickey comes out, and basically, I feel like it's 2007 all over again because the way something just rubbed me off. I don't know if it was just her coming out on Raw with the attire that she had. I don't know. I felt like I was back in 2007 watching this, but
I
who
think
knows?
that could have been it. I felt the same way.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it was just Mickey being on Raw. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Mickey being on Raw. I I thought
Okay, out of all the choices they could have went with, I'm kind of glad it's Mickey. Because look, I like the SmackDown Women's Division the way it was. I really did.
Hmm.
And I would have been fine if they didn't shake that up at all.
Yeah.
But if they did have to send someone besides Alexa or with Alexa, I'm glad it's Mickey,
Yeah.
because I feel like the SmackDown roster didn't lose very, very much, you
Yeah.
know?
And it'll
So
be
I think
interesting.
Mickey was a good choice.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see Mickey kind of mix it up with somebody. Uh,
And I'll just
may-
say their replacements, phenomenal.
yeah.
Like I said, one obvious, one none of you are going to see coming if you haven't seen it yet. So,
Okay. All right. So what was the next segment?
next segment. Okay, well, we already kind of talked about Nia Jax beating Charlotte. It was Seth Rollins promo
Oh yeah,
with
yeah. So
Kurt Angle.
yeah. So it comes out, and I guess Seth Rollins forgot Stephanie isn't on Raw because he said he pretty much threatened Stephanie that he'll have to get an army of security to take him out. And he looked very surprised to see Kurt Angle, so I assume they haven't met in storyline yet up until this point.
No, I don't think they have.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think Seth Rollins was on Raw. No, I take that he was.
He
Yeah,
was.
he
He
teamed
was
with
on the main
Finn.
event last
But
week.
yeah, I guess
Um,
storyline wise, yeah, they haven't crossed paths.
yeah. So I found that a little weird, but then again, I guess since there was no official segment between these two, I guess you can't really say anything. So
Right.
I won't really judge that too much. Um, I thought it was cool to see Kurt Angle say, "Oh yeah, you're not going anywhere." Um,
Yeah,
and yeah,
because I didn't want to see Rollins leave anyways. I think he's good for Raw right now.
yeah, yeah, and I thought, okay, so it's a cool little how should I put it? A cool little I don't know, a cool little um show of brand loyalty. There you go. It's
Yeah.
a cool little show of brand loyalty, and
Kind of the way AJ showed it to SmackDown Live last week too.
yeah, so clearly they're building these guys as the faces of their brands, and I thought that's a pretty cool little respective thing to see. I I
Hey,
see
bragging rights crossover AJ versus Rollins would be
I don't
solid.
want to see another bragging rights. I
No?
genuinely hate that. It's a knockoff of Survivor Series in my book. Like,
True.
yeah, it was exactly that, bragging rights. Who wants that, you know? Yeah, and I hope with Survivor Series they do it this year. I hope they give us something tangible rather than just exactly that, bragging rights. Um, so Samoa Joe, he comes out, attacks Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins finally gets one in here. Kurt Angle, he kind of intervenes, but he's just kind of watching this whole thing. I thought it was kind of weird. I thought it was kind of weird, but at the same time, kind of refreshing to see him not really lose his temper and cut this passionate promo or whatever. I guess a pull apart really wasn't necessary for this. But I kind of want to see Kurt Angle kind of just announce that they'll have a match at Payback or something. So I don't know. It came across a little awkward for Angle to just kind of stand there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why Angle didn't interact with the little Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe uh, f- uh, brawl, but it was a good segment all the while. It was just kind of weird. I'll just leave it at that. So next we had
All right.
Roman Reigns. He comes out. He has this short interview with Michael Cole. Says this is my yard now, and Braun Strowman pretty much attacks him, throws him around, and
Throws him
literally
around.
this is the funny thing. This is the funniest thing because my friend is watching this with me, and for every time like security is getting Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman comes out and he's just attacking him over and over again. And my friend is literally predicting it as the segment is going on. So like by the third time, he's attacking him, he's like, "Yeah, Braun Strowman's coming out again," and Braun Strowman, lo and behold, "I'm not done with him," and it was the funniest thing. Like I'm laughing my ass off with my friend over the phone, And like, what made this even funnier was the crowd's chants. They were like, "You
Oh my God,
deserve
thank
it."
you.
It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
thank you, Strowman. Oh my God, dude. The
this
crowd was the best part of that segment. Wrestling
this
fans are savage. Like,
this assholish crowd, man, couldn't believe it. Oh man. So
yeah,
I
you can't make this shit up. It was so great. I was dying.
you
I was
you
dying.
you really can't make this up. Like I just like how
It's like they hate this man so
so
much.
much that he gets thrown off of a balcony. Well, I guess it wasn't really him, but he gets thrown off of
But
a
still,
balcony.
yeah.
Yeah, still.
While strapped to a gurney, okay?
Yeah, like
Like,
let's say it was him, they'd still be chanting "You deserve it." The guy
you
got
know,
tipped over in an ambulance. Well, all
this
the
is fucking
commentators,
cruel.
the commentators are all doing, their, oh my god, I can't believe what happened. We'll get an update. That whole serious voice that they do, and the and it just seems so off-putting to the nature of the crowd where they're all just chanting "Thank you, Strowman." Like, jeez, it's hilarious, man.
Oh God, that was so
But
great.
hey, But hey, you may call me cynical for laughing at this. Hey, it's not my fault. Roman Reigns in an interview has said, "I'm a grown ass man. Cheer for me, boo for me, do whatever the hell you want. I don't care." And you know what? By this point, by that logic, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the fun.
Me too.
I
Because
would
look,
have.
I'm not a Roman Reigns hater. Like, a part of me, I get why people hate him, but then again, part of me is like, but why though? I mean, I get it, but I don't. I just,
I'm indifferent.
this is gonna be fun.
I'm completely
I,
indifferent to Roman. Like, honestly, it's just, hey, if he does something good, he does something good. If he does something bad, he does something bad. Move on.
pretty much.
The guy is not like a big thought to me. Like, I don't think, oh my god, will Roman Reigns successfully defeat Braun Strowman? No. If anything, I think more about other wrestlers. Like,
Same here.
the big division that's always in my mind are the women's divisions, both of them. And
Yeah.
then you also have Seth Rollins. I'm always interested to see what he's doing. I'm always interested to see what Styles is doing. So, like, I have my favorites, and Roman is just not one of them. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um, so let's get on to the next segment, which was
Oh God. Okay. What was the one after that? Wasn't that it was Finn Balor, right? And Jinder Mahal?
oh yeah. So a squash match, really good match though. I'll admit. Um,
Yeah. Jinder has talent. I'm just not sold on him.
I'm
I
not sold on
guess.
him either, and I'm not gonna hype him up and say, "Oh, hey, he's this great wrestler," because hell, I haven't seen enough of the guy to even make a judgment on him. But
Yeah.
like, I saw that nasty forearm that he did. I thought, okay, that was a pretty cool little highlight for Jinder. Um, Other than that, he didn't really showcase too much, but I thought it was good to see Balor kind of be a good little showcase for him. I thought it was a good little
Yeah.
showcase for Balor. So yeah, good stuff.
And then it was during the hour after that match we learned that Bray Wyatt's now on Raw.
Yeah, and now we're getting a feud with Balor and Bray, which Bray Wyatt officially goes down as a transitional champion.
No kidding.
Yeah, and of course, he went down officially last week, but now I'm officially calling it. He's a transitional champion. Um, I'm
Hi.
curious to see where they go, because like Bray Wyatt, he does he go back to losing again? Because like you can't have Balor lose. It's like the guy just returns. Why would you have him lose on his first feud, or his first feud back, I should say? And especially
It's
with the
like
fact that he's a former world champ, it really wouldn't make sense
yeah.
for him to, lose his first feud. So I don't know. It's
Like
kind of it's kind of a win-loss situation for you.
right when I thought they were starting to do something right with Bray Wyatt, they just go right back to, doing what they were doing with him before. So
Yeah, And I really don't understand why they brought him to Raw, honestly.
Me too. I think he was better off on SmackDown, but that was one of the draft picks where I was just like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so next what was the next segment?
Sami Zayn beating The Miz.
Yeah, so we pretty much talked about it. Sami Zayn for a good showcase match for Miz. I thought he I thought it was pretty cool to see him do some moves I haven't seen him use in a while. Like I hadn't seen that him do that little taunt springboard flip. You know the little the faint springboard that he does.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
teases that he's gonna do something, but then he just fakes him out. It was cool to see that brought back. I noticed that when it comes to the main roster, a lot of these wrestlers and movesets, they get, I guess, watered down. Like their whole moveset disappears, and it's so weird because I don't like that. Like Sami Zayn, he lost the Koji clutch all of a sudden. Where's that? And
Right, right.
yeah, so it was
Nope,
good
I
to
absolutely agree. I'm
yeah,
hoping we start to see some of his old moveset back on SmackDown Live, and I think we
yeah.
will. I mean, you got guys like AJ and Shinsuke, and oh my
Well,
God,
his old
Shinsuke
moves.
and
Well, his old moveset
Sammy
is
are on
his
the same brand. That's going to be awesome.
Well, his old moveset is his current moveset. He just needs to start showcasing more moves, more of his old moves, I guess. Yeah, you know what? You're right. And your statement is absolutely right. My bad. Um, but yeah, I just really wish, we'll start to see some old moves every now and again. I mean,
Right.
I guess it's okay not to bring it back all the time. Just yeah, throw us a bone every now and again, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, what was the next segment, man?
It was that eight-man tag team match. I think the Hardys and Cesaro and Sheamus.
I didn't see it. Was it good?
Um, yeah, it was all right.
It was
You
all
know,
right.
it was fun to
Yeah.
watch.
Well, actually,
Elias Sampson made his debut.
oh, did he really? Yeah, because I
Yeah,
missed. I did see parts of it, but I missed the whole thing. I missed most
yeah.
of it, so it's like, yeah. So Elias
So
Sampson made his
Elias
debut.
Sampson is officially on Raw now.
Well, hey, I hope he got over. I hope he's riding that wave of momentum he had as El Vagabundo. I really like Elias Sampson, so yeah,
I like the gimmick a lot, you know. And the
yeah,
guy, yeah, he is pretty talented. So I hope he works out. I mean, I'm
yeah,
thinking he may have been better for SmackDown, but you never know.
yeah. All right,
After this
so
shakeup, we'll see.
with that being said, what was the next segment?
The next segment, well, we already talked about it. It was the women's segment.
Okay, next segment.
Um, it was the main event,
Main
a
event.
champion versus champion, Dean
Okay.
Ambrose against Kevin Owens.
I was watching this match, tit for tat, really good stuff. They recreated a lot of one of their old matches that I saw a while back, and I remember this because I studied this match a lot. Believe me, I had to make Dean Ambrose custom Titantron. I had to watch this match over and over and over again to find like clips. What could I use and stuff. So it's like, yeah. They did replay quite a few times this match, but there's a lot of new stuff that I saw, which was pretty cool. So I thought it was pretty decent match. In terms of creativity, pretty decent, but really good match. Oh, sorry, really good match in ring wise. So yeah, I got to give it a plus.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. From the
Yeah,
little parts and because I was like kind of skimming through it, but I was like, all right, this match looks sick. I'm gonna go back and actually like watch it in detail. But yeah, from what I
yeah,
saw, it looked like it was a lot of fun.
yeah. All right. So with that being said, that concludes our Superstar Shakeup review. We clocked in at 39:50. So cool, cool, cool. 10 seconds to spare from 40-minute mark, and we are now at the 40-minute mark. So with that being
Yeah.
said, we are out. Match recommendation of the week. I got. Let me think. Let me think, because I didn't even think of one. Match recommendation of the week. You know what? Go for me while I think real quick.
All right, I'm gonna go with a women's match. It was a Caitlyn against AJ Lee Payback 2013 for the Divas Championship.
Okay, since we're talking about Payback, Chris Jericho versus CM Punk at Payback 2013. That same pay per view.
That was that same event. Yeah, all
Yeah,
right.
really good, really good. All right, so no buyer sales of the week except for the one Eddie Nigma gave us, which was Sasha Banks to SmackDown or Becky Lynch to Raw. You choose. Kind of pointless now. Well, I mean, not really pointless, but I mean, what do you think? Um, so
And I haven't finished SmackDown Live yet, so who knows? But
yeah. With that being said, there was also a little question of the day, which was, is Dean Ambrose in is wow does Dean Ambrose try hard or try too hard or not hard at all? What do you guys think? So there you go. That is our show. We're glad to keep it short and sweet and to the point. Eddie Nigma, care to say anything before we go?
that's it. If you haven't watched SmackDown Live yet, tune in. If it's not on yet, make sure you tune in when it does come on in your
All right.
area. It's pretty solid tonight.
All right, I got 30 minutes to spare, so I'm going to just cut it out like that, and we are out.